YouTube, what's up with it? It's NVclosetmedgrower and I'm back for part 2 of the Make My Own Nutrient series. This has been a long-running experimental series that I'm running in order to make my own synthetic nutrients. So, in the first part of this series, that was about 6 months ago, I made my own Grow Part A and Part B solution. That included all the calcium, magnesium, everything you need just in those Grow Part A and Part B to get going. It ended up being a little high on nitrogen, and there's a few other problems with it, but we'll get to that when we make a new base nutrient. Today, we're going to be talking about making our own CalMag supplement. That's calcium, magnesium, iron, and nitrogen for the most part. So, CalMag supplements are pretty simple. And to go back to what I was saying, my new lineup is going to involve a regular base, plus a CalMag, plus a bloom booster, and then I may also make some organic additives after that, such as sea kelp additive and that type of thing. But for now, we're going to start with our CalMag, as I said. So as you can see, I got this program out that I found that helped me out quite a bit, programmed and designed by Daniel Fernandez at scienceandhydroponics.com. And what this program does is it helps me do all the more or less chemistry math related in making your own fertilizers and breaking down individual components and then diluting them in water. So what I'm going to do today, like I said, is make my own CalMag, and here's my desired target ppms. I decided on 50 parts per million calcium, 20 parts per million magnesium, 10 parts per million iron, and when I calculated all that out, by carrying out calculation, it gives me right around 58 parts per million nitrate, so I just wrote in that 58, but if I put that as the variance, that's where that comes out at. So also I put this as a concentrated A and B solution, even though it's only going to be an A solution, it'll calculate it down, but I do need it as concentrated, and I put my concentration factor at 400, so at 400 that means I should need, well, let's carry out calculations and go look. Well, first of all, before we change screen, also mind you, our substances, see if we can refocus there, calcium nitrate, iron, magnesium nitrate. Those are your main important substances you need to make a high nitrogen CalMag supplement. So, let's go on to our results. And I don't know what that little bug's doing. Nothing now. Sorry about that. So, onto our results, you can see I have this set to make 10 gallons, even though I'm only going to make 1 gallon. So all of these results I need to move the decimal point one place, divide them by 10. So, as we can see right here, we can look at the stock solution analysis. You can see solution A, solution B. Everything's in solution A, just as I said, that's what we need, so it's only going to be a single part concentrated solution. Nutrient ratio analysis shouldn't show anything because we have no P or K, so only nitrogen in there. And here's the breakdown of, where the nitrogen, calcium, magnesium, and iron come from, out of what substances. But here's what's important to us. It's right up here in this column. You see this where it says mass? Let me just focus a little better. There you go. Mass. That's what we need. So this is set for 10 gallons, so we need it 1/10 less than that. We need to use 446.1 grams of calcium nitrate. Need to use 216.3 grams of iron. And I need to use 319.4 grams of magnesium nitrate. And that should be enough to make our solution. So, with no further ado, I say I head over into the other room and we can measure out exactly 1 gallon of water and then start, or close to, and then measure out our weights of our chemical salts. So I'll be right back. So you see we're back now, and I got all my ingredients ready. Right here on the right I got my calcium nitrate. Right here I have magnesium nitrate, far more than enough. And over here I have my iron. soluble chelated iron, DTPA 10%. So there is multiple forms of iron you can use for this. This is just one of them. It seems to work for me. So, all right, this is what I got as far as ingredients. And then if you see this jug way over here to the far right, that has 1 gallon of reverse osmosis water in it. So what we're going to do next is I'm going to try to portion out some of the water so that way I can dilute these all individually before I mix them all together into one concentration. So, oh, sorry about that. Moved the camera as I moved. But as you can see, I got 3 containers sitting behind, and I'm going to fill them up. So the most solution I need is of my calcium nitrate. So I think I'm going to use, of the gallon, I'm going to keep, like, I'm probably going to fill this to the full 2-quart mark. That way I have plenty of water to dilute down calcium nitrate. And I need 446 grams of calcium nitrate that I'm going to dilute in this water. So we'll try to put that around here. Over here I need 319 grams of magnesium nitrate. So we can put that probably a little over half. Then in this little 1-quart container I'll dilute my iron, which I needed 216 grams of. Alright, so you can see I got about 1 gallon of water there. And now it's time to weigh out some of my salts. So let's get to it. Alright, I think you can see I got some calcium nitrate out. I'm about to tear out my scale. And like I said, I need 446 grams. So if there's not enough in this bag, I'll use some from the bag that you see right next to it. Yep, we're getting there. $446 is my goal. Just enough, it seems. A little over. A little under. Alright. Probably shouldn't be touching this with my hand, but 446, there it is. I'm going to dilute this down. In fact, I'll just carry you over there while we do it. And we'll see how it goes. Hopefully I don't have too much water poured in here for the amount. Make it overflow, like just in case I'm going to pour a little bit out. Let's see if we can get this diluted in. Perfect. All right. Oops. Try to be careful here. So our 446 grams of calcium nitrate. And we're going to let that dilute for a little bit. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go clean out my cup real good and weigh out some magnesium nitrate. Be right back. Okay, you see we're back at the scale, tearing it out. Now I'm about to add in magnesium nitrate, and I need 319 grams. So magnesium nitrate, also, just as a warning, you guys need to be very careful with this stuff. It's a rapid oxidizing agent. And although it's a great fertilizer, it can be used for some rather negative purposes. And if used it in the wrong way, which I do not condone, it can be very dangerous. So please, if you do get a hold of some magnesium nitrate, use it for the right purposes. Don't be dangerous. Like I said, I use it for fertilizer. And 319 grams, we're almost there. Just a little over. See if I can get a little bit out of there. Almost. There we go. We'll call that good. And that's our magnesium nitrate. So let's go over and get that diluted. Just like the last one, let's hope that dilutes decently. Well, actually it looks like calcium nitrate diluted completely. Perfect. Just what we wanted. So now let's hope the magnesium nitrate does the same. I forgot a lid. This one's good anyways. Give me 1 second, I'll be right back. I'm gonna use this lid, but I'm gonna have to clean it off. Alright, you can see I rinsed off that lid. And now we gotta get this stuff shook up and diluted down. It might take a little bit to do it, especially because this is a little bit bigger chunks, but you can see it's already starting to dissolve. So while I'm waiting on that to dissolve, which, like I said, calcium nitrate pretty much dissolve completely, very nice. Now let's move it on to our iron. So I got this water out soluble chelated iron. Let's go weigh it out. Well, I'm gonna rinse off the cup yet again, then go weigh it out. Okay, here we are at the scale yet again, tearing it out, and this stuff we needed 216 grams in order to make our right concoction. So let's see where we can get. This stuff's dusty. I'm trying not to breathe it in. What did I say? 216? A little more. Just a little over. One more little bit out. Pretty close. Call that good. So, yet again, let's go try to get this diluted. Then we can mix them all together and hopefully have ourselves a wonderful CalMag supplement. Let's go see what we can do here. Alright, this one might be a little hard to pour. Ooh, don't want to lose that Hold on. I'm gonna clean that up back into that cup. Give me 1 second. It's gonna be hard to do with one hand. Alright. Got that cleaned up a little bit. See if we can continue this. I don't have a funnel here. I really wish I did to make things a lot easier. And I'm about to overflow if I pour too much more in here too. So what I'm going to do actually, being that all of this is going to get mixed together anyways, I think this is one of the lowest diluted parts per million. I'm going to pour a little bit of this iron compound into this one, and then pour the rest into here and dilute the rest of it down. And honestly, if I lose a little bit of this iron, I'm really not too concerned, because iron is a smaller trace mineral, not nearly needed as much as magnesium or calcium inside the plant. And at 10 parts per million finished dose, I think I have more than enough iron in here to help supplement and help do this. So. See what we can do about mixing some of these up. And then diluting them all together. So I actually have another bin over here I'm going to grab real quick. Bam! Nice clean, DTPA free. Should be pretty awesome. So what I'm going to use this for is, because I had a full gallon here and I do want to put most of my solution back in this, but after adding all those minerals to the 1 gallon of water, it'll make a little over a gallon of a finished solution. So this is a 2.5 gallon jug. I'll be able to mix all of my materials together into this one. Just a little bit of iron in there. So, say first, might as well add my calcium nitrate in water. So far, so good. Let's add my magnesium nitrate and water with just a hair amount of iron in it. And then last and definitely not least, my iron. This stuff should cloud it up quite a bit. Very cool. From there on out, I should be able to shake this up and have myself a nice calma product. I'm just going to pour a little bit back in here to try to get some more of this solution diluted down, because this jug's still pretty dirty here. And honestly, guys, the iron in this might be a little over the top, but I'm going to make sure I go really low in iron in my base nutrients. So if you're making this for yourself, you could probably go half as much iron if you wanted, and it would still be very effective for your plant. But I made it a high iron, high nitrogen CalMag solution. So I think our next thing we need to do now is measure out a small amount of this, mix it with a gallon of water, and see where we get. If you guys paid attention on the first page, I forgot to point it out when I was going over the calculations for it on Hydro Buddy. After we did the results on the results page, it recommended 2.5 milliliters per liter. So that equals out to right around 9.5 to 10 milliliters per gallon. So I'm going to take 1 gallon of water, I'm going to mix 10 milliliters with this, and our target part per million should be right around 140 ppm, according to that program. Even if it's just a hair off, say maybe 150 at the most. So that's what I'm going to get to next. Be right back. All right, you can see I'm back. I have a jug of RO water here that's sitting at 15 parts per million. So I'm going to do my best here to calculate out right around 10 milliliters, add it to this, and see where we come up with at for, for just a raw DTPA of calcium, nitrogen, magnesium, and iron. So got myself a tool here. Hopefully I can get down to that water enough. Alright. You see right there, I'm right at, where's the camera? Right there. Right up at about the 10 milliliter mark. Alright. Sorry about that, the camera just died on me. So I poured the 10 milliliters of my new CalMag solution in here. I'm expecting about 150 parts per million of the CalMag, another 15 parts per million that was left in the water, so 175-ish. Whoa, I'm way high. So for whatever reason, yeah, that's pretty potent. I could probably use this stuff at about half strength, about 5 milliliters per gallon, and I'll probably be alright as a full strength dose. So there it is anyways. If you guys want to make your own CalMag, you see how I did it. You could probably use just a little less iron in that, and than what I did, say maybe 150 to 200 grams of iron, probably closer to the 150 mark. Mix it up just the way I did, run it at 5-6 milliliters per gallon for your full-size plants, and you should have a very comparable CalMag. So I'm definitely going to test that out once I make the rest of my nutrients and run it with my nutrient batch. So until then, what I'm going to do is pour this into that jug, pour the little bit extra probably into this jug after I clean it out, and that'll be my extra CalMag for now. So when I see you guys for part 3 of this series, I will be reworking my base nutrients into a single A and B base nutrient for both grow and bloom. But like I said, I'm going to make it so that way this stuff is cut out of the base, so that way this is a necessary additive along with it. So alright, hopefully I get back to you guys soon. Thank you for watching. NVclosetmedgrower. Peace.